Sunday. On Saturday, the Bayou Bengals a 13.5-point favorite over Oklahoma, meaning they might not need Clyde Edwards-Helaire to win. The LSU backfield bruiser is dealing with a hamstring injury. Head coach Ed Orgeron, like you might expect, piece by piece, monitoring the situation very closely.
Clyde's a little bit better than we thought. You know, he's off the crutches and off the scooter. We're going to see if he can do something tomorrow. It's going to be a day-by-day deal, but I promise you this, a little bit better than what I thought about last week. So he has a chance to play. I don't know if he's going to play. It'll be day by day.
Clyde, is super versatile and puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And we're not going to change our offense if Clyde isn't out there. It's our offense is our offense, and those guys will step up, and I know they will, and they work hard for it. But Clyde is a big part of it.
Let's be real, as long as he's out there, they got a chance. So the Bayou Bengals might be shorthanded. We know Oklahoma is due to a combination of injury and suspension. Now, our Marty Smith sizes up both quarterbacks in this game. The lesson for each is pretty simple. Locale-wise, it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Joe Burrow told me the story of the college football season can be found in the 3 Heisman finalist quarterbacks, himself, Justin Fields, and Jalen Hurts, transfers who walked a long road through adversity to excel historically and then face one another in the college football playoff. So when you reach the pinnacle individually, what's the challenge of maintaining the edge that's so long defined you? For Burrow and for Hurts, it's not even remotely difficult.
It's not hard. It's not hard. I want to win a national title. That's always been my drive since I was a sophomore in high school. When I envisioned myself growing up being a football player, it wasn't in the NFL. It was playing on January 13th in a dome somewhere for the national title. Yeah, it's been kind of exhausting the last couple of weeks. I've been excited this week to get here and kind of get away from it all, get onto the practice field and just focus on ball.
It's been very easy for people to make this about me or try to make it about me, but none of this is done by one person, a lone soldier. It's all unique when you look at it that way, and talk about having true fans and true support from 2 of the best universities in college football history. It's special. More importantly, my teammates have welcomed me, embraced me, put me on this pedestal and allowed me to do these things for them and contribute to the team. So I'm appreciative of everything.
Oklahoma head coach Lincoln Riley told me Monday there's an edge about this Sooners team entering this Peach Bowl. I asked Hurts why the edge. It stems from the goals and standards we set for ourselves, he said, and what we want to accomplish. No need to talk about it, just got to go do it. At the Peach Bowl, Marty Smith, ESPN.
Marty, thank you. You can make a real argument that all 4 of these quarterbacks have just been absolutely tremendous, maybe the best 4 in the sport. Both have been responsible here, at least in the early showdown, for 51 touchdowns in 2019, responsible for, tied for the most in the FBS. The Heisman winner and Hurts also rank among the best in the country in completion rate and QBR. Our national champion, Trevor Maddich, gives us his take on this game.
To beat LSU, Oklahoma has to keep the Tigers' Heisman-winning quarterback Joe Burrow on the sideline. But they have the tools to do it because of their own Heisman finalist quarterback, Jalen Hurts, and his unique ability to run the ball. Now, any team with a running quarterback has a numbers advantage at the point of attack. One of the ways is to have the running back who would have carried the ball be a lead blocker, and the defense just doesn't have enough guys to fill all the gaps. And when the runner is not a lead blocker, he can still be a decoy and still give them a numbers advantage. But the downside is that quarterbacks who run the ball a lot get pounded a lot. With Jalen Hurts, that's okay because he's built like a big running back. He can take the pounding. I mean, this looks like the Iwo Jima Memorial and Hurts is the flagpole. And most play callers will see this and say, I don't want to run it very much with my quarterback, and subject him to that. Because when defenders get there, they have bad intentions. They're trying to drive his helmet so deep into the ground it takes a shovel to dig it out. But Hurts can handle it because he's not only built like a big running back, he's got the strength of a defensive tackle. He can take the pounding of a lot of called quarterback runs. And because of that, they've had more plays like that this year than they did in the last 2 years combined with Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield. And they've had more scoring drives of 10 or more plays. That's how you control the clock. That's how you keep Joe Burrow on the sideline. That's the path for Oklahoma to advance to the national championship.
For a barrage of that, over the next 24 hours. The most intriguing story of Week 17 is a guy who will not have played in 63 weeks. But John, will Marshawn be beast mode or least mode on Sunday Night Football?
The 49ers don't seem real impressed. They're the Seahawks' opponent Sunday night with the NFC West on the line. We'll hear from them in this Sports Center as well. He's only 33. Zubin said played just 6 games last season for the Raiders. He should be fresh. Of course, from 2011 to 2014 with the Seahawks, he was one of the top running backs in the NFL, double-digit touchdowns each year. Here he is preparing for the big game Sunday night. Helped them win a Super Bowl ring. Had some big playoff runs in his Seahawk career, especially, again, the year they went on to beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Beast mode back.
We'll find out how he can play and how he does. You know, it's been a little while off. He looks great in the first couple looks at him as far as his conditioning and all of that. His weight's down. He's in a really good spot for coming and going for it. He was very serious about getting ready for this opportunity, and you know, the stroke of misfortune on some regards really opens up a door, which it happens at times, and he's ready to take full opportunity at hand and see what he can do to help us.
I definitely feel like, you know, anything this dude puts his mind to it, he can get it done. So, you know, I'm excited to have him back, excited to see him run the ball. And like I said, you know, whenever he puts his jersey and pads on, he's a guy that no one wants to tackle, no matter how long he's taking off.
What brought you back this time?
Happy holidays. Merry New Year. Y'all have a great day. It's a great feeling to be back. Thank you.
There's his 12-second newser. Again, no surprise, the Seahawks turned to Lynch, a running back crisis because of injury. And over the last 2 seasons, no team has gained more rushing yards after contact than Seattle. And only the Ravens have run the ball by design more often and averaged more rushing yards in that span. ESPN's Brady Henderson covers the Seahawks. He joins us now from Seattle. All right, you just got off the practice field. What were your observations of Marshawn Lynch?
Yeah, well, we only get to see the stretching period, and so Lynch was back there in the back of the line with the hoodie pulled over his head, not unlike the way he used to do it when he was here during his first stint with the Seahawks. And you saw Pete Carroll come up and share a few words with him. Ken Norton Jr., the defensive coordinator, who Lynch, of course, knows from Seattle, his first stint here and then in Oakland as well. And once they broke out of stretching, you know, we saw Lynch with what looked like a play card in his hand. And remember, this is a new offense from what he was accustomed to in Seattle the first time, and also a new running game under coach Mike Solari. So Pete Carroll downplayed the adjustment that Lynch is going to face there, only having 3 weeks to get up to speed there. So there's certainly a question of the kind of shape he's in, less so about the adjustment that he faces to a new offense.
Yeah, hasn't played a game in over a year, just 6 games all of last season for Oakland. So Brady, what factors will go into how much he plays Sunday night?
Yeah, well, Pete Carroll was not really ready to say how much Lynch is going to practice. When he spoke with reporters, they had yet to get on the practice field. They had just had their morning walkthrough. So Carroll had only seen that physical that Lynch went through in the workout that he went through last night. And he said everything looked good there. But they've still got to see how he can handle, you know, the 3 days of practice, I should say. And, you know, in an interesting note, Carroll did say, he talked about how they're going to lean on rookie 6th-round pick Travis Homer, who before they brought back Marshawn Lynch and Robert Turbin, Travis Homer was their only healthy tailback. And again, he's been here this entire season. So Carroll did say they're going to lean on him. So it does not sound like, at least for now, they're going to ask Marshawn Lynch to carry the load.
He's been productive against the Niners, more rushing yards and touchdowns against the Niners than any other opponent in his career. Christmas, Brady Henderson in Seattle, thank you very much. Seahawks could wind up earning one of 4 seeds. A win over the Niners means they win the NFC West, and then they have to wait to see how the Packers and Saints do to see if they're the 1, 2, or 3. If they lose, that makes them the 5 seed, meaning a road game against the NFC East winner, which again is likely the Eagles.